good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're listening from. This is JP from Jump On Music UK, and welcome to the Nerdy Synth. The Nerdy Synth. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening from. This is JP. Welcome to Jump On Music UK. This, in fact, let me do this. This is Nerd Synth. This is cool. This is another app which is just phenomenal by AudiokitPro. Pro. I've been playing around with it for a little bit, just having a little... Ooh, nice. A little go. Just a couple of things before we get started. This live stream, we're going to get into this. I'm going to show you all of what this does, and we're going to have a go. And you can, if you're not familiar with this, what I do is I use a looper. I just grab and play sounds from it, obviously, into the looper. Nothing is pre-recorded. Everything is live. Yeah. Obviously, I'm just going to show you a load of stuff from this. We've got good people talking in the chat. This is what's known as a multi-chat. So we're live streaming on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and even on X. Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter. Twitter. We're gonna obviously, if you basically say hello in the chat, it'll come up here. So hello to Matthew Fetcher, obviously of AudioKit Pro. Wonderful feature joiners, thank you very much. It does sound a bit nerdy. It's really cool. It's really nice. It's a really nice thing. Now, this is obviously modulating at the same time. You can see it all sort of moving around here. I'll explain all this in a minute. But a couple of things. This live stream is sponsored. It's sponsored by our friends over at DistroKid, who are a music distribution company. So if I just took that song that I did and I then released it out into the world, I'd need a music distributor to do that. So DistroKid can help you with that. They obviously sponsor our live streams. So give the QR code a scan. That's also going in the chat as well. And then that way, basically, you get 7% off your first annual membership. The other thing as well is... we'll get to that in a minute. New Coke. The other thing as well is just a quick one. This Friday, my new track, which is called Whiskey Jar, is out. It's going to be out on April the 19th. Please go and pre-save it if you're on Spotify. If you're on any other streaming service, then go and grab it as well. And thank you very much. Myself and the lovely Joe McAdam singing on this, all about the Whiskey Jar that's in Manchester. It's an amazing bar, and it's got an amazing open mic night. But it's all about that. So go and enjoy it, and obviously thank you very much for your support. Right then, let's get into this. This is the wonderful AudioKit Pro Nerd Synth. So let me just go into this now. There we go. So this is called the Nerd Synth A2X. I'm sure Matthew will chime in and say why it's an A2X in the chat. I hope that's okay. Nerds unite! Oh, I need to do that again. Nerds unite! Could you imagine that? Nerds unite! So, hello Matt, hello Jade, hello 35, hello David as well. Yeah, weirdness. Analog Matthew is actually right here. So if you want to have a look at that, then Mr. Matthew is actually here. You can see there, Analog Matthew. AudioKit is an open source project that provides free and affordable apps for kids and musicians. Go and support them. So please do that as well. And then Nerd Synth A2X, introducing a new classic inspired by Nordic VA synths. Okay, used with your iPhone or your iPad, supports MIDI keyboard and a UV3 plugin, which is fantastic. I am not a number. I am a free man. You are, yes. So this is a fantastic synthesizer where we've got, again, just hundreds and hundreds of sounds, which are just fab. You heard me play around with stuff there. By the way, I've just deleted that. I always do that. With, once I've made a tune, I delete it. It's gone! So there we go. That's a fantastic question to ask. Let's bring that up to the forefront, shall we? That is a question I don't know the answer to. I'm sure Matthew will be able to answer that for us. That is a great question. Is there an Android version coming? I think, to be quite honest, there are so many good apps from AudioKit Pro, and I am biased. I do love them. I think they're great. That I think it needs more of an audience. I do think it needs an Android version as well as an iOS version. I think it'd be great. You get more people using them. Do me a favour, let me know. I take it the microphone's okay. You can hear me as obviously, apparently I'm not a number and I am a free man. You can hear what I'm saying. Sounds a little bit low in my headphones tonight. But yes, what we've got is, if you're not familiar with AudioKit Pro's apps, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just step this through with you. It is an Apple-only app, I believe, at the moment, unless I am quoted otherwise. Matthew can obviously clarify that for us. I only use Apple stuff. I'm an Apple person. There we go. I always have been. I've had an Apple. I've had an Apple Mac since 1999, and then give me a Windows computer. I don't know what to do with it. That's my only downfall. Is basically not knowing Windows. I do have an Android tablet here. But Windows, I don't know. So what you've got is, basically, let's start over here. We have the synth, we have the oscillator, we have the LFO, the effects, the pad, and then you've got Pro. where you can actually do things like flange. You can change the LFO. There's a third LFO. Keyboard splits. The pads are cool though, because as we start using pads, if you ever played around with GarageBand's effects, or if you ever played around with a Chaos pad, you can really change the sound. Really, really cool. And speaking of sounds, there are hundreds of sounds. There we go. I think we've had an answer. There we go. I wish there was an Android version coming. There's a lot of technical challenges with synth apps with this complex. Sad face. Sad face. Sounds good, but the video is ropey again. Whee! I hope it sounds okay. So, tell you what we'll do. I'm just about to do something. This probably will break the live stream, but we are about to change one thing. So just bear with me a second. Let's just do that now. And hopefully, you can still see me like bad TV. What I really like about these, if you can or cannot see this at the bottom here, is it has the amazing things where basically it really explains what the pad is. You know, you get these pads and it just goes ambient drone. You're like, okay, well, great, it's an ambient drone. But what it actually says over here, swirling in deep space, sci-fi, atmospheric and ambient, mod wheel for layer mix. Nice, thanks for that. Now, you probably find that out yourself, but it's just a nice thing to actually have there. And what you can also see as well is, hopefully you can see, and hopefully it's getting better. We've got the volume here at the top with a limiter. We've got a heat drive. So if I... Whoa! That increased loads. You've got a cutoff and a res, and you can see they're actually moving, and you can actually play around with them and get them to move on their own, which is quite cool. You've got a mod envelope. Underneath here, you've got autopan, depth, noise, delay, time, taps, mix, reverb. So the delay's got time, taps, and mix. Reverb has got size, low cut, and mix. And then, of course, we've got a keyboard here. Now, the way I've got this working is... Where's my mouse gone? Where's my mouse gone? There we go. The way I've got this working is actually this iPad is plugged in by USB-C going into the looper by USB-B. I've just realised the cable's like slightly bending. And then the out of this is going to my audio interface for my computer. And then I've got the keyboard plugged in by a normal MIDI, traditional MIDI cable into here. So these two are on channel 2 and this is on channel 1. So therefore... that's actually the drums from the RC505, whereas if I played really low down here, it would play the drums for the 505 as well if they're all on the same MIDI channel. So this is on MIDI channel 2, that's on MIDI channel 2, this is on MIDI channel 1, that's on MIDI channel 1. I hope that makes sense. Right, enough talking, eh? The nice thing is, regardless of my video quality, which is down to my broadband, the nice thing is the chat looks fabulous. So seeing you, good. Hope so. I hope you can see me now. I'm still putting the finishing touches up to my preset pack for a future synth update. Whoop whoop. Jade, can I just say, your synth pack on the other one, King of FM... Digital... Was it King of Digital? We're just switching for a second. Because if you haven't heard this... Where are you? Which one was it? It was King of FM, wasn't it? Yeah. Jade Star's King of FM patch. My goodness. For example... Doesn't that just make you want to, like, just go into another world? Lost. And I actually really like Sarah as well. Really, really cool. So Jade's got a pack on King of FM, and apparently on an update will be on a Nerd one. Free app, King of FM. Everyone grab it now and play Jade's patches. Absolutely. It's completely free, by the way. That also, let's not forget the very one, the best one. Bye. It's up to you. Free out King of FM. Yeah, let's not also forget the one that sparked my interest with AudioKit Pro, which is Synth 1. Synth 1 is an absolute dream, and it was a dream when it came out, and it's completely free as well. The other thing as well is for this kind of synth as well, this is not samples, this is actually doing it right here, and therefore basically it's not like gigabytes and gigabytes of samples. It's actually not that big in the terms of physical size inside your iPad and things like that. Ooh, hello. See, I'll just stop talking and make things. So there we go. So a couple of more sounds from Nerd Synth, and Nerd Synth, where are we? A2X, introducing a new classic inspired by Nordic VA synths. I'm going to go over a couple of different sounds in a couple of minutes, but basically these things are just great. And the great thing is, like, people have made patches. We've got obviously intro patches. We've got electronic sounds. Jade is obviously finishing off their patches as well. DTM Cinematics. We've got Red Sky Lullaby, Moby Pix, Red Nerd. Nerd Basics. Oh, we've got Basics, so straight to Sonic. By the way, all those ARPs are actually on the actual app itself, which is really cool. This is a really nice sound. Ooh, with a delay. There we go. So just a couple of sounds here, actually, from Nerd Synth A2X. I'm just making stuff up on the fly, just playing around with the noises. I've not gone through these noises. I went through maybe 3 before we went live. Just having a play with it, just having to go and have a look at it. Ah, look at this. No problem. Got to run to a meeting. It's a busy, busy man. Thank you for joining us, Matthew, and what wonderful apps you have. With AudioKit Pro and the great work you do, obviously making it accessible to as many people as possible. Thank you for joining us. Oh, you almost missed the live stream. Well, detention there. I'm joking, of course. Oh, you're welcome. It's all good. The patches. Speaking about Jade's patches in the other app, in King FM, they were all horror film inspired. Spooky. Lovely. Oh, I like that. It's cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you come up with this time round, with it being nerd based. Anything straight out of the 80s would be great. Just there we go. I love it when they just put in the word synth lead. Like, what is synth lead? Oh, I'm 2 octaves down. 3 octaves down. I like the tremolo. That's synth lead magnet. This is synth lead diamond. Oh, I like that. I like the fact that the tremolo carries on as it's decaying. That's... Oh, that sounds cool. Dafty lead. Oh, yeah, okay. That's a good question. Oh, that's echoey. Has that sound got a rotary on it? No, what it is, it says here, in fact, let's zoom in on it so you can see. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know if you can. Modern synth lead, the mod wheel is the tremolo. So it's a tremolo that plays with the sound. But as the sound's decaying, so it's a tremolo. So it sounds like a mod, yeah. It sounds like a rotary. But I'm just... You can obviously see that going up and down there, just in the corner. If I bring my camera back out a bit, so hopefully you can see just out of shot. Actually, I'm actually playing with the mod wheel. It's cool, isn't it? Amazing. It's wicked. If you are not familiar with what we're doing, then where have you been? We are using Nerd Synth, which is a brand new synth out by AudioKit Pro. And what I normally do on these live streams is use a looper with a keyboard, and then we just loop stuff. So we just loop stuff and then I'd erase it, and then it's the only way you can hear it again is by rewatching a live stream. So if you like that tune, you go, oh, I really want to do that. That's cool. Yeah, did you like my hard house there? That's quite fun. Before we carry on, I just need to do one thing, which, if you've been on one of my live streams, you'll probably know. This live stream is sponsored. It's sponsored by our friends over at DistroKid, a music distribution company. If I take this noise, and leave it there for 7 minutes, I could release that as a track. Obviously, it's quite entrancing. But if you want to release your music, then what you need to do is you need a music distributor to send it out to all the places, and DistroKid can help you do that. They can actually send it to over 165, I think is now, different streaming sites around the world. The streaming sites you've never even heard of. They're in different countries, in Asia, in India, in America, in the Europes. So there's basically, they can send them out to all. The other thing they can do is they can send it out to the social media sites. So you can send it out to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those different places. Now, I've been putting up a couple of reels about my track, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, which is Whiskey Jar. And then I'm going to use the sound from the track as the reels and then get paid for using the reels. And if your reels go viral, then so be it. That's great. So if you want to actually start distributing music in 2024, most music distributors charge you every time you release music. These guys don't. They charge you a subscription, which is $22.99, and you get 7% off your first annual membership with them. So thank you very much to DistroKid for sponsoring the live stream. Click the link, scan the QR code, and what I'll do is I'll bring the QR code up just there. It's going to be there the entire time for the rest of the live stream. And the other thing as well, thank you very much for supporting me as a human, because only a couple of days ago we went over 25,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop. So I must be doing something right. So if the all 25,000 can just do me a favor and just basically pre-save or download Whiskey Jar, which is coming out on Friday. So on Friday, go and download it. I'll pre-save it now if you're on Spotify. And I've used DistroKid to do the distribution. How good's that? It's a nice little plug there. Do you see what I did? So obviously this is Whiskey Jar. This is my new track with the wonderful Joe McAdam. Hi Joe, if you're watching, if you're listening, if you're watching in horror. It's a great track. I think it's a great track. I think it's really catchy. It was made actually from looping. It was made from Dadgad and looping with the guitars back there. It's like sort of like country-ish vibes. Like it's got like a bit of a it's catchy. And I'm not joking, it is actually like that. So if you want to go and actually get it, I can use my can I do my with my hand? Can I do yes, that. See my hand at the bottom there? Yeah. Go and download that. Whiskey Jar by John Paul, featuring Joe McAdam, the wonderful, the amazing Joe McAdam. Go and scan that QR code or download it. Thank you very much for supporting me as an artiste. I need to do something with this camera, which I forgot to do at the beginning, so I'm just going to give you some light music to listen to. How is the sound, by the way? Is it too low? Is it too high? Yeah, I didn't turn the ISO up on the camera, did I? Silly boy. Should we do something with this? No, you're not listening to static, but you kind of are, because that is one of the noises. Weird. So, thank you very much. There we go. Just a couple of different sounds there. Oh, just seen that. Let's bring that up. That's fantastic. Lovely. So, Tainted Saint, if you don't know who Tainted Saint is, go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Why not? Put some stuff out, dude. Senator told me to let you know I received the Tempo Key K25. Yeah, just got it today. Thanks again, JP. Well done. Tainted basically won through random selection. Completely random selection. You can go and watch the live stream. We did a big circle with everyone's YouTube handles on it, and it whittled it down to one person, and it was so nice that the winner was actually on the live stream at the same time. Really happy you've got it, mate. That's fantastic. I expect an entire album by Christmas. And of course, if you want to release that album, you can use DistroKid, which is that QR code up there. So today we are actually talking about this, which is the Nerd. It's weird, isn't it? Noise key tracking auto panning. Weird noises. So this is basically called Nerd Synth A2X. It's a virtual analog modeling synthesizer. Now, before you go, oh, yeah, whatever, JP, this is actually modeling it right now. It's not samples. And the app's not big. It's not a huge size app. I can't remember what the actual size of it is. We can find out, though. Let's go to the App Store. Nerd Synth. There it is. There it is. 252 megabytes. Now, if you think about all the different sounds it's got in it, that's really good. And the intro price is $4.99. Includes everything. The best AudioKit synth so far. It says a synth for nerds. So if you're like me and you're a bit of a nerd, then basically you'd like this. Legendary red virtual analog synth, inspired by classic sounds of the Nord Lead A1. There we go. So if you like the Nord stuff, if you like the red synthesizer stuff, then that's what you need to do. You need to go and grab this. It's only a $5. It's all right, isn't it? Now, as you can see, I've got loads of different apps by AudioKit. I don't know why I've got that noise up. That's really weird. Let's go over to... That was part of Nerd Basics. Let's go to Intro. Now, I started... the live stream with that noise. And that noise basically is there where you've actually got this cutoff and this res filter, which is really, really cool. Is it a subscription or perpetual license after the intro price? No, it's $4.99. Done. This is why I love AudioKit Pro, because AudioKit, by the way, King of FM, is completely free. And it's not like, oh, it's free for a certain amount of time, or you need to pay for extra packs. It's free. Go and get it. It is that simple. These guys are amazing in doing this. Basically, it's an open source project. AudioKit itself is an open source project. And they make synthesizers, and they go, well, we'll charge you $5 for making the synth. You've got an arpeggiator there and everything else. You've got all these different things. So for a couple of pounds, couple of dollars, couple of whatever, then you're getting these really high quality modeling synthesizers. And they're great. They're really, really cool. I've got so many of their synths because they're just fantastic. Now, the great thing as well is you can actually, there's a tempo just here. So this is at 120. So so it's calculating at 120. However, having it as going up, the cut off and res is going up, going back down. I'm getting almost nothing there. So you can really, you can really mess with this stuff. So that's the one I started with, and then I use this. If you're a fan of Tron, you know what this is. Now, I just keep the ARP on there and it's moving around and everything else, but boop. Yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So you've got your synthesizer, you've got your oscillators here, you've got two different ones. So you've got loads of different things you can do there, which is really, really cool. Let's move this around. In fact, what we'll do is let's just change it to this display. There we go. Let's move it around so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm down in the corner. There. Somewhere. And then... So I'm just using this ARP right now, and I've just turned the oscillator off, so... That's the noise, okay? And it's moving around, and we've got our oscillator here. Got the second one there, which is an organ. Hope you can hear me. And then we've got our LFO here. So I can turn the oscillators back off. Let's go to the LFO. We've got also effects, so we can... And you can mess around with it so much. It's really, really cool. So we've got the pads. This one is set as filter, but you can actually play around with the LFO or the reverb. And you can either get it to snap back to where it was, or you can actually say don't snap and just stay there. So if I go snap and put it back to where it was, or go there and then snap it. So if I was to... If I then put it down there. If I let go now, it'll just snap to back where it was. So this is being modulated directly here. It's been done right here. The Pro part, you've got a third LFO, you've got amazing, nice little flange and the vibrato. You have to be careful with the pitch bend. So there's loads I could do. And I'm on one preset, right? So you got one preset, you got a nice preset here. How different that is, just literally from one preset to another, completely different. And it's just really, really nice. something different. So there we go. This is Nerd Synth, and this is JP from Drum Hole Music UK. Hello. We are now over 25,000 subscribers on the channel, which I am just amazed by, and it's just so cool. Oop, hello. Oh, thank you very much. I'm really glad that you liked it. It's cool. Nice. This is leaving me pretty chills. Pretty chills. Stephen. Good evening. Triple cool. We're just triple cool. Simple as that. Right, okay, cool. So basically what we're doing is we're playing around with Nerd Synth, which is the new synthesizer by AudioKit Pro, which is this thing right here. And I've got this plugged in. Obviously, you can hear it there. And it's just cool. It's there's so many really, really nice things that people create on it. Spectral organ, nice. Sequence pad, hold key, oscillate 1 pad, oscillate 2 sequencer. This pad transposes itself. Let's just see. I'm just holding the note down. I'm not doing anything. That's with the mod wheel up. It's cool, man. Digital trips. Ooh. It doesn't work with the sustain pedal. This one is called Nerd's Accord. I quite like that. So this is Nerd Synth A2X. This is made by AudiokitPro, introducing a new classic-inspired by Nordic VA synthesis or synths. And yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I mean, it's $4.99. It's like a $5. It's just really, really good. And just get my juice. Although, yes. And yeah, it's nice. It's got some nice sounds on it. Obviously, it's called Nerd Synth. You know, it's nerdy Nerd Synth. You could change a vowel, and you probably guess where they've got the inspiration from. Let's go through some of the packs. We're going to have a look at some of the packs of synth sounds because some people have actually added packs on, and there's even Jade Star is going to apparently as finishing off adding a pack. That's what they said. So we'll find out. So this obviously, hopefully you can see that there. This, in fact, what we'll do is let's make me small and make this big so you can see what I'm doing. That's a bit better. So this has all of them on, and you've just got 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. You've got favorites, you've got intro, and I've been playing around with a lot of them on intro at the moment. On the other app, I've got favorites because there's a couple of sounds I've got which I really like, and you can just favorite something if you like something a lot. There's a little star button next down to each one here. So there's a star, there's a write, there's a duplicate, and there's a share. So maybe you've made something that you really like, you need to share it out with an engineer, or you need to share it out with a friend, or you just want to share it. Simple as that. You can do. We've also got electronic sounds, which I have been playing with a little bit there in the last song. I'm joking. The sickness bass. Absolutely filthy bass. Yes, I agree. Oh! Crazy. Rando arpo. Modulating random pitch arp, hold a chord and let it work for you. Great as a backing layer. Ooh. I feel like that should be better minor. Fractal harmony, lonely, melancholy, and floating pad sound. I'm not even playing with the mod wheel there, that's doing it on its own. Oh. Hey, Chris. So that's really nice. That's fractal harmony. We've got a basic saw pluck. Dark filthy Reese. Filthy D&B Reese bass. Nice. Less for chords and more for slow, introspective, gentle, melancholic leads. This is gentle boards lead. Really nice. Hardcore kick. Dub chords 4. Dub chords 5. Dub chord 6. Timeless Tides. Monster cinematic pad. Yes, it is. Zen Sefer Arp. Ooh, I love the little transient pop from the filter on this. Play around with C2, not too much higher. Yeah, it's nice. 5 times 5 equals 5. Dopey pluck lead sound with some movement baked in. Dubstep siren lead. This is, it literally says, this is sick. So you've got lots of different noises here, lots of different things. Now the thing is, obviously we're going through a patch at the moment. We're going through a library of a certain amount of sounds. If there's something you want, then the great thing is at the top here, what you've got is you've got category and search. So if we go to category, we can pick basically like say pads, and it'll bring all the pads available to us. By the way, if you notice how quickly this loads, it's just obviously on an iPad. Go to leads. Oh, lead stroke synth, sorry. Satellite lead. Sawtooth. What's angry? So that is obviously going by preset. The other thing you can do is you can go search. So if you go, I just want a bass, or I just want something, is there something called clone? No, there isn't. You know, like just going through, having a look, see what there is. So this is a really great way of exploring. Obviously, you've got the different sort of packs here and everything else. Sander Wolf pack. I think, Jade, we're going to have to do another live stream once your pack's out. It's great. There's some really nice sounds in here. That was loud. Right, let's put this back that way. There we go. Cool. So as you can see, there's loads of different ways to play around with this. It's really, really cool. And I would highly recommend grabbing it. Basically, it's I'm not being told to say that, by the way. I just think it's a fantastic thing. And it's $4.99. You can get the code. You can go to the website as well. You can actually grab the code for this if you want to make your own. AudioKit itself is an open source project. Also, it provides free and affordable apps to kids and musicians. So they actually do a lot of stuff, work with obviously making sure it's very accessible. I mean, $4.99. You know, if you want a certain keyboard, could cost you in the thousands, but if you've got a MIDI keyboard and an app, iPad, or even an iPhone, you could do this really easily, which is really, really cool. Let's go into Moby Pixels. What we got here? Always does sort of like really ambient stuff. Oh yeah. Thank you, Peter. please turn to page 433. Yeah, some nice sounds. So, yeah, just mecking around with this, which this is nice. Do you hear that nice pad there? Oh, just yeah. Oh. Yeah, knocking around here. Yeah, so it's all fun and games. Sounds good. It makes the thought of an iPad a bit more tempting. Oh, well, you know, we've got a tempo key now, so tempo key and iPad, perfect mix. You saw me mess around with it. There we go. The great thing as well is, before we get on to what we said there, basically, you don't need to have like the latest greatest iPad. This is an iPad Pro. Yes, it's an M1 iPad Pro, so it's not the newest one. It doesn't have to be the newest one. The thing is, this works. It's 200 meg in size. It's not a huge thing. It doesn't take a lot of load. So you could get like a 9th gen, a 10th gen iPad, you know, just one of those sort of 300 quid-ish iPads, and it would work with no problem. I mean, the brains inside them are massive. So, just like doing that. Cassette pad. When I read that, my brain went to cassette boy. I don't know why. Oh, just pads. I like pads. What can I say? The only thing I will say on this specific one, a little bit of a feedback, a constructive criticism. The main volume, it's meant to have a limiter on, and it distorts a little bit because some of them have been set really high. That's why you're hearing distortion. It's not to do with. If I turn all that up. That distortion is coming from the iPad itself, from the actual synthesizer itself. It's distorting itself. It's not coming from the sound system, if that makes sense. Also, their own effects are just really lovely. Like, so. A little bit of chorus going on there. Really nice. There we go. Cool. Oh yeah, love the way the Terminator theme lends itself to a loop. It does. It's just a long chord sequence, but once it's there, it's it's dun 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 dun. You know, you've got that. You know, it's once you've got the chord sequence down there, I've erased that now. Then yeah, you can do things like that. It's good fun. So yeah, good. Let's have a look. So we've got a couple more to go through. Let's have a look. We've got a user bank, of course, as well. So we just start with our initial noise, as it were. This is our preset noise, which is. If we go to the oscillator. Actually, if we go to the LFO first. Weird. So I've created that sound. Let's say I like that sound. I can click the save button, which is just up here. Give it a name. Put it in the user bank. Give it an actual preset name. The keyboard comes up. And you can also say like, where it is. So if I play that again, you can say it's an ARP or it's an EP, whatever you want. Obviously, I've got this loops, so that's why it's playing without me playing it. Does that make sense? you want to actually grab a preset that's already been made and then just tweak it how you like it, you know? and it's been deleted. So thank you very much. Yeah, this is really cool. And the great thing is, you noticed I was able to just create the noise and that wah. I created that in seconds. I didn't even save it. Maybe I'll recreate that tomorrow. So yeah, how much is this? Well, it's $4.99 and it is a limited time, I believe. Let's go back over to here and go Nerd Synth. There we go. Open, yes, that's fine. Yeah, intro price $4.99 dollars. It says here. So there we go. I'm sure it's £4.99 as well. 64 voice retro AV synth, includes all 40 of the Nord A1 waveforms. Arpeggiator. Vintage style slap sequencer, which we haven't even got into yet. Proper filter envelope for ADSR. Modeled sound. It's like a time capsule. Imagine if there were iPads in 2003. That's a great idea. There we go. Yeah, basically iPad version has stacked views for maximum screen control. So I'll show you that in a minute. And basically, it is not what they're saying basically. Note, if you're looking for a rompler, like a stage series, this app may not be for you. This is a synth, it's not a rompler. And I like just to say rompler. So there we go. Do us a favour as well, if you are getting value out of this live stream, give it a thumbs up for me. That really helps me, it helps the channel out, and then more people see it, which is useful. So let me go back to the app, and then what we can do is I can show you. So what you can do is you can actually change this so you can actually see more. So with the keyboard, you can actually change the keyboard style, and that's all great. But settings-wise, what you can do is you can actually change it so you can see, and I'm trying to quickly remember how to do it. There we go. You can bring the keyboard down so you can actually see two lines. So what we're seeing here, we're seeing more information about the synth. This is the oscillator, and then you've got the effects there. So then I can just carry on pressing through. Sorry, my thumb's in the way. So you can actually see I'm just pressing the same button at the same time, and it's just stepping through all the stuff. So maybe I want it like that. So actually I can adjust the volume, I can adjust the filter, but then I can get into mess around with this. So do you notice, if you can see very quickly, what I'll do is, let me just change the view so you can see this. No, not me. There we go. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to just zoom in here. There we go. As I sort of move my finger here, do you notice you can see these three are moving? Well, these two, sorry. So we're basically changing the reverb size and the reverb mix here, which is really, really cool. We can do ring mod. Ooh, panning. Or maybe you haven't got a keyboard with a mod wheel. Don't worry. You can do it here. Remember, you've got two, so if you get, full on, sort of live long and prosper, and you can get some really cool stuff going. That's just one sound, right? The oscillator, you can see there. So this is getting into the sequencer. So what you can do is now you've actually got the sequencer here, and you can see, and it says 8 steps. You've got 16 in total. So what we'll do is I'll just change this slightly now. So we go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, of course the 12 one is 0, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, so this should now step up. That's on 8 steps, so let's go all the way up to 16 steps. Nice and simple. You can come up with some really cool, you know, noises and sounds. Some have got them already, so... Now, some of them have got an ARP on already, okay? But that is not the step sequencer, okay? An ARP obviously changes stuff. And that's the ARP. This is called ARP acid, and that's ARP. That ARP is there. That is sort of built in there. But that is not the sequencer. So this little sequence. So if I go, and then I turn this on. You can hear it overrides it, okay? So you need to obviously be aware of that it will override. It also says what destination you want, so both oscillator 1, oscillator 2, or both. So let's just put it on oscillator 1. Hi, Peter. So if you are just joining us, we're playing with Nerd Synth, N-E-R-D, the N-E-R-D. Now, the other thing as well is, just so you're aware, you've got all this stuff, all this gubbins. I mean, I could spend hours. I mean, we've almost hit like 1 3/4 hours messing around with this with a looper, because of course I can just loop it in and it's great. So I could obviously just so there's my loop. The great thing is, I can muck around with that, and then obviously, so then I've got that down. Let's zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. This one's called ARP Atlas. Let's see what it is. Now, that one is ARP Atmos. Sorry, it sounded like I said Atlas. It was Atmos. Hi, Peter, by the way. I think I said that before. This sound is at 120 beats per minute. This is sitting at 140.05. So what I tend to do, you may have seen me do this in the live stream, is whilst something's playing, I will actually go tap tempo, and if it's a like a half beat or anything like that, I'll knock it down. So this is now 140 exactly. And what I'm going to do to this one is I can turn around and go 140. Exactly. Now, they're not synced by MIDI, but now... let's add it in with our craziness. How easy is that? And if you feel inclined to sing, just sing. So this all came about from that one loop that I started, which was just playing 2 chords, literally. Right, so I had a couple of questions whilst I was playing around with that kind of stuff. First of all, hi everyone. We are looking at the Nerd Synth. It's $4.99. It's made by AudioKit Pro. It's just come out in the past couple of days, and I thought basically I would throw it on here. What I do is I make loops with it, and then we are going to delete that loop. It is gone. There's nothing on there now. So if you want to listen to that back again, you're gonna have to replay the live stream. So a couple of things. First of all, Peter, hi, and he said, "This is cool. Thank you very much." Brandon, very good question. The audio out to looper via 3.5mm out or something different. So maybe you can see, hopefully you can see those two there. Let me just make this a bit bigger for you, and it's going to put me bigger, but then we'll swap it around. And I'm just going to take your comment off there because, oh, where's that gone? Hang on. I've done it wrong. No, JP, come on. Come on, mate. Sort it out. There we go. Right, okay, so basically let's make that bigger. Hopefully, I've had a bit of an issue when I do this, then the video degrades a little bit. So we have the AudioKit Pro, the iPad, USB-C going to USB-B on the looper. That's on MIDI channel 2. I always put this on MIDI channel 2. This keyboard is the Arturia Keylab Mark II. It has been my baby for at least 3 years, and absolute legend of a keyboard with a great keyboard bed, amazing MIDI controller, and we've also got the Essentials that we did a review on a little while ago. But yeah, so this is amazing. This is on MIDI channel 2 as well. That's a normal MIDI cable going into the looper. So the looper is the brain of it all, as it were, the central hub, as it were. And then you can see these blue and hopefully blue and red here, just these blue and red cables. That's just audio cables going out to my audio interface, which is connected to my Mac. It's as simple as that. So this can be an audio interface, but the problem you've got is that the USB is being taken up by the iPad. And then you go into menu, you go across, you go to USB, and then you actually have it as loop in, so you can record it as a loop, and then you have an input level. Okay, so that's how you do it. And it means that I can actually play. Whoa, what was that? I can play stuff, and then that way also at the same time I can loop it. Now you can have an audio in by USB and audio out, but I don't need the audio out. I just need the audio going into the looper, and then change it to loop in. You can do that on the RC600, the RC505 Mark II. I said that really fast. I just realised you can do that on the RC600 and the RC505 Mark II. By the way, it's Mark II. Anyone says MK2, it's Mark. Okay, as in the second version, the Mark. Anyway, yeah, so that's how I do it. That's how the audio goes out. The audio goes out literally as if you're going out to a speaker. What I'm doing is my headphones are not plugged into the 505. My headphones are plugged into my audio interface, which is over there, out of shot, plugged into my Mac. It's as simple as that. So the audio I'm listening to is the same you're listening to. So if it's distorted, I know because I can hear it. I'm not listening to this. I'm listening to the output or the input of the audio interface. It doesn't matter what audio interface it is. It just happens to be an Arturia one, but because I think they're brilliant. It's the Audio Fuse Studio if anyone's interested. But I've also got the Mini Fuse, and they're also really great for on the go. That's my main audio interface at the moment. Mainly for for the studio, as it were, for the studio work, of which we have just done a new track, which is called Whiskey Jar, which is out on Friday. So if you are looking for some new music on Friday, go and download Whiskey Jar. That should have gone into the chat. And also scan the QR code. If you're on Spotify, you can pre-save it. And of course, it's out on Friday for everyone to listen to, with the lovely Joe McAdam singing vocals, as well as myself sharing the lyrics, because it's all about the Whiskey Jar, the open mic night at the Whiskey Jar in Manchester. And Joe runs the open mic nights. He's been running for 10 years. So I thought it was high time we'd made a song about it, but also got Joe on the lyrics as well. So yes, so I recorded it all here. Joe recorded it actually with this microphone. This is the Aston Spirit. No, it's not the Spirit, it's the Origin. Apologies. The Aston Origin microphone, which is lovely, by the way. So yeah, there we go. Let's go back to the chat and have a look what's going on. Audio out, cool. Oh wow, cool. Just wow. Thanks. Thank you very much. 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 The thing with looping is just have fun with it. Don't worry about the noises. I created a track. In fact, I created an album. Let me find this. For those who don't know, we did this for 3 hours, almost 4 hours at one point, where we did this a load of fun, and I was that impressed with having fun with it. We did an album, which is this album, which is called "Looping My Brain." Part 1. And you can find it on all major streaming sites if you want to have a look at Looping My Brain. And you can have a listen to it. It is one of these live streams. We just took the audio from it, took the tracks. These are the tracks. And you may notice some people's names on there who come to the live stream. So we've got things like Pierce, and we've got Australian Ray, and a couple of people. And they were actually suggesting things to say or sing. And it was a lot of fun. So we took those audio files from the live stream, and then using our today's sponsor, we released it. So we released it through DistroKid. DistroKid is a music distribution company. You can actually release as much music as you want to in a year. So that's what I did. I just released it. So this was the entire setup, the entire production, and then we just took the sounds from it, the actual tracks from it, and released it. It was a lot of fun. But it didn't charge you any more because you can release as much music as you want to for one price, because DistroKid is a subscription. That is the QR code has been that QR code the entire 2 hours that we've been here. So obviously give that a scan if you want to. And thank you very much to DistroKid for sponsoring this live stream. Now, did a little hours for fun to be had. Absolutely low. Now that's a good question. Can you do this with the Boss RC500? In a way, yes. The thing with it is the lack of basically being able to use the MIDI. So this has USB in, like traditional USB-B, and you've got MIDI in and out jacks. What you might need is maybe a USB hub to be able to do that. But yes, technically. So you can bring the USB in. That's not an issue. You can do that. It will actually bring USB in as well as out. I think I'm now going, can I do this? And I'm actually doubting myself with the USB and the RC500. Can you bring audio in? Now I'm backpedaling. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. You'd be able to certainly do the MIDI in the sense of using a MIDI keyboard into the 500 to then trigger something else. You have MIDI in, MIDI out. That's what I'm doing, basically. But I don't think you can bring the audio. I don't think you can do audio on a 500. Yeah, I don't think you can. I'm sorry, my brain's fried tonight. But yeah, I don't think you can. I'm sorry. So on that bombshell, who says that? Someone else says that. I'm not him. And yes, that's doing an ARP. That's doing an ARP. It's quite cool. thank you very much for listening. My name is JP. Welcome to Jump On Music UK. This live stream has been sponsored by DistroKid. Go and find Whiskey Jar by John Paul featuring Joe McAdam. That's out on Friday. This has been a live stream that has all been about Nerd Synth via AudioKit Pro. Go and get it. It's $4.99. And thank you very much. And we're going to end with random madness. Like my brain.
Have a good night.